Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. I almost forgot to invite my co-host, which is quite funny. So I almost forgot completely, which is gas anyway. But anyway, welcome to the show. There's already people in the chat. Miami Snoopy 305 says salute partner and chat. Big up to you. Big up Patrick and Kel. Big up to you.
Big
Zora
up.
says hello, and then Kel. You are all ready for the pain and sorrow. The break is over. Yeah, we're getting ready. Everybody's getting ready for the Bournemouth game. And there's a few people who think that Man City are back. It is what it is, you know. You have to support your team, but we'll see anyway. We'll find out when we play on Sunday. We'll find out if Man City are back. For me personally, I don't know. I have my opinion. I'll say that at the end. But anyway, welcome, Kels. Have you changed your hair already from the other shows? Because the other shows,
I put it up in a clip.
Oh, okay, that's gas. I think it's just completely changed you from the other shows.
It's a mess, yeah. Yeah.
So are you ready for this is episode 3. This is the first time I think being consistent at all, which is quite funny.
Good job, man.
Now
we also have a special guest. We have Katniss.
Oh, your cat that never smiles. Yeah, it reminds me of some violent cat. We've got a cat in this area that's very violent. Your cat reminds me a bit of that cat, but I think yours is more peaceful. So anyway,
she's so chill. She would just go up and sniff somebody and then want to be pet. That's about it.
Is that what she does?
Yeah, she's a very sweetheart. She does not attack.
Yeah, what language is that? It says bonsoir.
It's not like your bonsoir is French. It's French.
Is it bonsoir? Is that how you say it? Or bonsoir?
That says bonsoir, but usually it's bonsoir because the E at the end. Bonsoir.
Bigger.
You're gonna correct me, like you're saying it wrong.
Yeah, Veta, are you available? If you're available, Veta, I will send you the link. Then you can let me know, Veta. But I'll send you the link, Veta. But let me first introduce. I know there's a few people in the background, but let me just have a few chit chat with my co-host here. So you've seen the title, Trent to Madrid is our first one. Then Pep and young players. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to have opinions on the Pep and young players because every time I tweet about young players, people go crazy and they go mad. They go to your DMs and say you're mad. You don't know what you're talking about. Pep loves bringing young players from the academy. Then they give you an example of Barcelona, which is the only example they have. Quite funny enough, to be honest, because Pep did not want the superstars at Barcelona, so he decided to go for their youth. I think you can do that at Barcelona. I think that was a sort of a power move. He wanted to show power, but I don't think he can do that at City. I wanted him to do that at City at a point in time when things were not going well. Then we have Bournemouth versus City. Yes, there's a special one I scheduled, but we're just going to talk about it and see our opinion. So anyway, starting with Kels, I'll start with you, but let me just bring Kimber, who's in the background, so that he doesn't continue waiting. So there's Kimber. Kimber, do you want to move your phone like this? Like if you put it sideways, it will. Yeah, there we go. Better. There we go. Even though you look like you're floating at some Man City space, but anyway. So, Kels, you take over. Start with us. Our first topic is Trent.
Trent to Madrid, man. First off, you got to say big L for the Liverpool management who allowed his contract to run down so far. Like, what are you doing? This is your guy. Like, this is the guy you're going to build your team around. All I hear about from Liverpool fans is he's this generational player and you're letting him go on a free. Like, I don't get that. Like, you should have locked him down 2 seasons ago. I don't know why you would even go into the season without giving him a contract. Like, just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and make him reject you. Like, give him what it takes. And the fact that they're going to let this guy go on a free is a disaster because he is worth a lot of money. Like, that's 100 million walking out of the door for free. They're not getting a penny from it. He's their guy. It's pure PSR profit, just walking out the door.
It's painful, isn't it?
That's just dumb. I know a lot of people are calling him a snake and this and that. I get the Scousers are very hurt by this because that's he's one of us and he's leaving us for Madrid. But it is Madrid. It's not like he's ditching you for some scrub team in France or something. Like he's going to the biggest club in the world, and so maybe they're feeling a little insecure. That, you know, they love to talk about how they're the biggest club in England. It's like, first off, they're not, and yeah, just the fact that they're like, you know, kind of the little bro to Madrid. Madrid has had their number for quite a while. You know, all those Champions League finals recently. It's what 3-0 Madrid in those or whatever. You know? So yeah. I think they're feeling a little bro syndrome here. So they're just taking it on the player when their vitriol should be saved for management for allowing this situation to happen.
Okay. So you have no sympathy at all.
No, I mean we've had players leave for free, but nobody to that magnitude. I mean, it could happen, but I think City are realizing the game that Madrid are playing, and I think that's why they gave Haaland a 10-year contract. And I'm not saying that means Haaland will never leave City, but if he leaves, we're at least going to get a fee for him, and it'll probably be a pretty generous one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing more contracts being handed out. There's rumors of Foden, Diaz, rumors of Rodri, and I'm telling you, the one they need to give a long-term contract to is Joško. Because that guy, Madrid will come sniffing for him at some point. So
yeah, you seem to say you seem to think that's the guy they're gonna come after, isn't it?
I think they'll come after him. They need defenders. Look at their back line. It's like Rudiger, who's what 33. Carvajal just blew his knee up. They're gonna get what Trent, and he's not a very good defender. And then they've got that guy whose name I'm not gonna say because I think he's a scumbag. He could be playing for Prison FC very soon. We'll just say that. And what? Mendy, their left back. Does anybody rate that guy? I don't know. So they're gonna need defenders, and Joško is pretty unique, and you know we should keep him. Sign him to a new deal.
I think it's half and half for you. It's the football and the fact that I think you like him as a football player because you like. I think you love Joško, and there's somebody else who also likes Joško. They're gonna come in a few minutes.
Are you trying to say that I just fancy him and I think he's hot and that's the only reason I want to keep him? No.
No, I'm saying it. There's a half and half there.
You're insinuating that.
There's a half and half. And who's another one? There's another. You know what's funny though? There's a defender who, I don't know, maybe it's because we're Man City. There's a defender who there was a point in time I thought Madrid would come after Ruben Diaz because after his performances when he first came here. I was like, Ruben Diaz is definitely going to be looked at by Madrid, but obviously it's City, and I think we locked him up in a contract immediately, as you're saying. I think as Joško. The thing about Joško, you're right. Here we might be playing as a left back. You go to Madrid, they might actually give him a centre back position, you know. So you never know.
He could invert too from a centre back, and I know they don't really play like that right now, but they could evolve into it if they had someone like Joško. They could. Also, I think with Diaz, if I remember correctly, like we signed him, and then after that good first year he had, I think we gave him like a long-term deal right after.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that's something that we do sometimes. Like if a player, you know, we might give him a low contract to start with, and then once they prove they're really good, we did that with Alvarez. I remember he was on really low wages when we signed him, and then he was so good his first season they gave him a big pay raise second season,
and then he left us.
Well, he didn't leave us for free. We got 80 million for him.
I know, but the thing
I wish we didn't lose him, but
I know, but we were like
he wanted to go.
He had 3 years on him. Yeah, it's good. I think the price was good for 3 million. There's a lot of people in the comments. I'll get to the comments very soon. Come on, Patrick. Joško is one good-looking fella. This is what I keep saying.
I'm saying he's not a good-looking guy. I'm just saying that's not the reason I want him to stay at City for 10 years.
This is what I'm saying.
But he's also very, very attractive.
Yeah, someone was like, look at this man's beard. We should sign him. We should give him a contract. I was like, is that it? So anyway.
I don't want to see him without a beard. I think that would be just like, oh.
I know. There'll be something.
Like, no, you look better with a beard. Keep the beard. Some people just look better with beards.
Yeah, Kimba, you with us or you're still waiting for what you just said? You're with us now? Or you want to continue?
No,
continue waiting.
Still waiting. He's still.
Keep waiting. Don't worry. You can wait. You can wait. So look, for me, I'm going to guys in the comments. Let me know about this Trent situation because first of all, as Kels just said, she said, these guys claim to be a big club, but here we are. Let's not forget, wasn't Michael Owen also taken away from them? Yeah, Michael Owen was taken away from them too. Jared was about to be taken away from them, but they
literally bullied him.
I know they threatened his family. I heard they threatened his family. I saw the
Scouser Mafia or
newspaper.
whatever.
Yeah, somebody posted the newspaper. It's like the only reason why Jerry did not go to Madrid is because you threatened him. But let's just say Trent here. I think this guy knew already. I've said it in many places. He knew 2 years ago, 3 years ago that he was going to Madrid. Because I hear from other Liverpool fans or people on panels say when Salah, him, and Van Dijk were offered 5-year contracts, Trent took a 4-year contract. And you know what? This guy is a genius. You know why? Because he's just 26 years old. So the contract has hit exactly when Carvajal is in his 30s. And Trent, I think, was calculating all this. And I'm pretty sure Madrid were telling him, oh, don't worry. Carvajal is very good, but he will be in his 30s by the time your contract ends. And look at it now. He's 26 years old. He's going towards his prime. Some people are trying to downplay that, oh, we've seen the best of Trent. I think we haven't. Because at the age of 26, people actually get to another level. He's going for a free, which is painful. He didn't even give them at least, look, even if at least he signed a 6-month contract or one-year contract to get them a bit of money, he's going for 0. And I hear that Madrid bid 9 million or something in January because they knew his contract was ended. But I think that was just Madrid trying to tease them. Madrid just trying to make fun of them, saying, we don't care. We're still waiting. Because Carvajal was still playing, even though before he got injured. But what I want to ask in general, I'll just, yeah, go ahead, Kels.
Oh, no, my friend I have a friend who's a Madrid fan, and he said that Madrid offered them 20 million in January, and they said no.
Or 20 million in January. So
that's what my friend said. I don't know how accurate that is.
20 million in January, but they said no.
Again, I don't know how accurate that is. So
yeah, but you know what? He's a baller, isn't it? He's a baller. So do you blame him though? Like, do you seriously blame? How can I say this? Do you blame them though that they refused 20 million? Because maybe they refused 20 million because they were negotiating. Did we ever think of that? Maybe those negotiations in the back. Then he refused the contract after the 20 million was not received. What about that, Kels?
Maybe they just said, let's keep him so we could win this title. Maybe they're choosing the trophy over Trent. Because I know everyone's like, oh, this means so much to me because it's my, it's our 20th and we're going to overtake Man United and blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's what FSU is thinking too. They're like, let's get this trophy with him. And
yeah, but at the end of the day, how can I say this? At the end of the day, I think a team like Liverpool, I think back themselves, you know, and we blame them for backing themselves though. That okay, regardless the fact that Madrid are coming to us, this guy is a scouser. Let's not forget, this guy was making interviews saying it means more. Do you remember? It means more. Yeah. This guy has been. Remember, he kissed the badge when he scored at the Etihad. This guy also has been quiet. You know, at least Van Dijk and Salah have been talking. Trent has been quiet. That's why I'm saying when they call him a snake, that's basically what a snake does. They stay in the grass quiet and they bite you at the end. And let me just be honest here. Yes, if it was Foden, we would all be crying here. Let's not lie. If it was Foden,
based on the discourse this week, probably not.
No. I mean, like, not what. Let's ignore like what the news about Foden's mental health ending. But I'm saying if Foden came out that Foden is all of a sudden going on a free this summer, and he's been refusing contracts, I'm pretty sure we could have gone. We would, let's admit it, we would all go as crazy as these guys have gone, isn't it? I think everybody.
I think we'd be really upset, but I don't think we'd be like, this fucking snake and this and that. And
yeah, I bet you're saying
I
that
heard some of these rants, and I don't think anyone in our fan base would be doing that. If they were, it'd be for clicks. I don't think it would be like a genuine feeling. I just feel like we're a chiller fan base. Like,
are you telling me 100% sure you would become if you heard that? Oh, Foden is leaving.
I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be calling him a snake. Like, I think you have to be called a snake. You have to do something. You have to do it all very publicly, and you just start. If he started like slandering the club, like while on the way out the door, right after, that kind of stuff, and refusing to play and all this other kind of crap, then maybe I would. But I feel like when people leave our club, they're just professional about it. Like when Gundogan left, I feel like he just kind of slipped out the back quietly. And I know Gundogan's obviously not like a Mancunian, like
Yeah, but Gundogan was a certain age. Do you get my point?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gundogan, he was supposed to go for free. Like I don't blame Gundogan for going for free. You know what I mean? Like Gundogan had to go for free, and you can never sit there. Excuse me. It was an agreement. I'm pretty sure to say Gundogan goes for free. Do you get my point?
Yeah. Also, I'm saying this now, being like, but maybe my opinion would change if it actually happened. Like, because I genuinely don't know how I'd react if it
I'm telling you, we would go crazy
right now. I wouldn't be super. I mean, I'd be really sad, but I don't know if I'd be like angry.
Nah, I will be pissed off. Trust me. If Foden did exactly what Trent has done, we would be fuming. The streams would be going crazy. People would be having City fans would be having streams and also crashing out. And I'm admitting that I would have one which I'm heartbroken because, girls, this guy is a proper one of the boys. This guy is the vice captain. This guy was supposed to take over as captain. This guy is their vice captain. This guy is the poster boy. Foden is our poster boy. Even Saka. Imagine Saka did this at Arsenal. They would go crazy. And you could see the signs, obviously. You could see the signs because him and Jude were busy flirting during games, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they were like flirting during games, saying, "Oh yeah," you could tell that. And then there's a video. Somebody just popped up with a video, saying, "Oh, look at that." Jude was waiting for Trent after the Madrid match years ago, getting his jersey. Like these guys they were cooking it from the bottom. But anyway, that's on Trent, guys. What do you think, guys, in the comments? Let me see a few comments here. Vetter says, Lajab, strongest fighter on YouTube, and Kels, big up to you.
Hey,
Tapio, as always, is in there. Ronald is in there. Big up to you. There is rumors that Kirksey may be suspended for this game.
Oh, yeah, Kirkez. I think him and Houston might have yellow card issues or something.
Even
what's his name? On the Martin show, but I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, someone said
I'm going to trust them to be correct.
Semenyo too. Says Patrick, it was reported today that Wirtz is eager to join us and Man City is ready to pay what Leverkusen want. Who is giving you that information? I want to understand who's giving you that information.
Who's this ITK? Is this an ITK or a KFA?
Yeah, or is it Kels? Because sometimes she also tweets these mad things. I'm joking. Man, well, bless.
I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. I know nothing.
Oh yeah, it says evening, yo. Patrick said it right. All are you too. All of you, Steve, man. Hope you're doing well, Steve. I see you offering people personal training on Twitter. It's one thing to find yourself in this situation.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
I know. It's one thing to find yourself in a situation in Salah and Van Dijk, who are aging players. To let a young player in Trent run down his contract, unacceptable from the board. That is true. Have you noticed that a lot of people are just calling Trent a snake? I don't know if Kimba is with us now.
I'm with you.
So, Kimba, before we move away from this Trent situation, we still had to talk about it because it's taken over football. It's taken over football for the week. So, Kimba, when you heard that Trent is going to Madrid, were you surprised at all? Or what do you take of this statement that it's unacceptable to let a young player like Trent run his contract from the board?
No, I think look, he did his time at Liverpool. He has been there. He's done it. You know, if they chose to not extend his contract, then it's on the board. To put anything as a shame or saying that he's a snake or whatever, I think is wrong. I think that he has every right to go to Madrid. He can go there for free. He wanted to go. It's the same thing. It's the same thing like Ronaldo did when he was at Man United too. You know. So no, I have no bad feelings. I don't think that he's calling him a snake. I think it's just a fan base that is being. The fan base shouldn't be mad at Trent. They should be mad at the board for not trying to make him stay and making him sign another contract before. I think that's more of an issue than putting the blame on Trent. Trent is innocent. He's just doing what is right for him and what he wants.
Trent is innocent. That's what comes from Kimba. And then says
innocent is kind of wrong, but I mean my point is more that he doesn't have to, how can I put this? He doesn't have to stay at Liverpool if he feels that he can get a better pay and more chances of getting medals at another club. They all want medals.
Okay, cool. Guys who are in the chat, especially the mods, please stop timing out people, please. Any of the mods, stop timing out people. Let's not do that. I don't think there's any comment I don't see any comment in this chat that's worth timing out somebody. So please, let's not time out anybody. Please. Apparently, Madrid is looking at they're looking at those three people.
The Bournemouth guy.
No way. But you know what? Knowing Madrid, they're selfish, man. They would get everybody. They'll get everybody. I ain't seen
the only
Rodri.
team in the world with that kind of leverage.
I know they are, and you know what makes me laugh is, well, if other people do it, it's a problem. If it's Madrid, it's Madrid. That's what pisses me off, by the way. If it was Man City who convinced Trent to run his contract, oh my God, this would be more than this. This would be war. There would be war, I'm telling you, and there will be 115 charges, this corruption, and this everything would just be crazy. I ain't seen Rodri and Haaland living before turning 30. There's a bird that sits behind me in games, and she told me, I know he can't defend, but at least he's good looking. Oh yeah, we're talking about just
he can defend, but Pep has decided to not play him as a defender. Pep seems to want him to just go forward because he was a very good defender for Leipzig.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
he's a lot.
But he was a central defender. He was a central defender, not a right.
Leipzig.
He was not a left or a right defender. He was a central defender.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's playing a defending role that he has not played before.
I don't know why we don't get him in that center back.
Sorry, I don't mean to talking at the same time. My point is, because we play a high line, it's a much harder job for a left side defender like Guardiola to be able to defend as well as he has done before, I think. Or
but I remember that Leipzig team used to play high line. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's how we skinned them. That's how we skinned them 7-0.
And he was, I don't think he was on that 7-0 though. Oh yeah, he was. No, I was there.
He was. He got cooked. He was.
I was at that game.
Don't you dare try to get him. He was there. He got cooked.
I know. I'm sorry. I was thinking of him. I was thinking of that game where we won. What was it, 6-3 when Okuku had the hat trick, and I was like, did he play that one? I don't remember that, but no, I was at the 7-0 game. I don't.
Yeah. But guys, the mods in the chat, please don't time up people. I haven't seen any comments.
Time them out.
Yeah,
let them talk.
Let them talk. We're here we're here for banter. So I don't see why people. So Prime Trent as an all-round player was age 19 to 23. Come on, you can see his finish. Victor, I know you're salty. I know you're a Liverpool fan and you're salty. We're joined by Veta Games. Veta. We before we move away from Trent and laughing at Liverpool fans, what's your thought on this? Well, he's going on the free, by the way. Free, not even a euro.
This is why this is nasty. This is why Liverpool fans should be upset. Liverpool fans are losing one of their own. They're losing someone that knows what that culture is all about. He's a Scouser. He knows the difficulties of FSG. He knows whether they've been ambitious owners or not. He knows the struggles of Liverpool, and he's leaving them on a free. Nah, that ain't right. He knows how they struggle to get the next star or what's been preventing them from winning. He was quick to tell us what it means more. He was quick to tell us, and he's leaving them on a free. It's messed up. If this was ever my star boy, if my star boy ever left on a free and said, my heart bleeds Manchester City, I'm not going anywhere, I'm for you, get me the captain armband, I want to do this for you guys, and he leaves like this, nah, Trent's wrong for this. And this whole thing about, the owner should have done more. Well, what are the owners going to do when you slow played this for 2.5 years? Yeah,
they should have done 2 years ago.
Like, what you knew you were leaving, Trent. You knew you were done with the relationship. You weren't happy with her anymore, so you ghosted her. Rather than be a man and say, you know what, I'm going to move on. It's not quite working out. I see our future being apart. He ghosted Liverpool. Crazy. And I don't know how he lives for the rest of the season. I don't know how he lives for the rest of the season. That parade bus, Can he step foot on that parade bus?
I'm gonna tell you, you should pull a Sterling and not go on the parade.
I asked Mons the same thing. I was like, Mons, is he going to be at that parade? Because I was like, look, I'm not trying to be offensive, but Liverpool fans get crazy. I've seen you get crazy. I've seen you guys throw fireworks and stones at our bus.
Bricks.
Yeah. So what are you guys going to do? Because look, I'm not trying to promote violence, but I'm just saying, I'm not. If I was Trent, I'm not getting that bus. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what speech you make. What speech are you going to make to on that bus? Because
he needs to pull a Sterling and just remove himself. He can't,
yeah, Kels,
remember when Sterling and Jesus ditched the parade on their last title with us?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I forgot.
Jesus had a baby, so I understand that. Like, I think he literally had a baby like that day or the next day or something.
Yeah.
But Sterling just didn't show up.
You can't.
He didn't even smile when he was at that. It was the Villa game. Yeah, he didn't even smile when he picked his medal up.
Yeah,
he was the fraud Hussam.
Nah, he's upset. All this and another thing.
Hussam is upset. He's giving you banter in the thing, better.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Don Hussam wants to try and do what he does. See, the problem is he doesn't like the truth. Face. Hussam doesn't like the truth. So this whole thing about ambition, right? This whole thing about Trent's leaving because of ambition. Okay, then what does it mean when Van Dijk and Salah want to stay? What does that mean about ambition? Who has ambition? Trent because he wants to leave, or Salah and Van Dijk who want to stay? Which one's got it? So I don't know how you talk out of both sides of your mouth. Trent's leaving for ambition. Nah, he's leaving for ambition. Okay, you want to say that. He's also leaving for money. Because see, when people want to be fraudulent, when people in the chat want to just tell one side of the story, Trent's not leaving for money. He's going to get over at Real Madrid pretty much the same thing that Liverpool were going to give him. Yeah, what about the signing bonus? And the signing bonus is up front. What straight in his hand? What about the signing bonus? Trent is leaving for money because you know what? Had he signed a deal with Liverpool and there was a cost to transfer, Real Madrid are like, listen, let your contract go down to the wire. This 30, 40 mil that I would have to pay in a transfer fee that would go to Liverpool, that goes straight into your pocket, Trent. Straight into your pocket. Everyone wins. I get to put on the books that I got you for free. You get a nice signing bonus, and you're going to have some fraudulent Liverpool fans say that you're just leaving for ambition and not for the money. Hilarious. Trent's played everybody. He's played everybody. I see through it, though. Go and do your thing. Any Liverpool fan that's saying, we wish you all the best, Trent, no hard feelings, I don't even know how that's possible.
Oh, it reminds me of, I wish I had that picture. Do you remember the picture of where it's like a mask? Smiling, but inside they're crying.
Absolutely.
I wish I had that, but yeah, that's what it reminds
me of. That fake
love.
They're trying to show Trent that fake love. Go, Trent. Go win your trophies. We're happy for you. And then they're going to meet up in Champions League, and let's see how they talk about that. Then.
Those are the ITKs Kels was talking about. This ex-stunt, whatever his name is one of the worst ITKs out there. That board is definitely more to blame because the player will just make a career decision, and it's on the board to plan ahead of time and not let key contracts get to that situation. That is true. United fan here, wish you all the best. Big up to you. Prime Trent was not 19 to 23. He can still do it at 26 years old. Let's not lie. It would have generated bad PR, but they should have done what Chelsea did to Conor Gallagher, make him train away from the first team until he resigns or accepts transfer. Wow.
Yo, Patrick, imagine Kels, Kim, imagine Don Hussam talking about FSG if they put Trent on the shelf. If they kicked Trent out to practice on his own, he wasn't able to use the facility. Imagine how they would have talked about FSG then. There was no win. Trent should have been a man straight up and said, you know what? I'm going to be looking beyond Liverpool. Yes, I grew up here. Yes, I'm a Scouser. Yes, I know what it's all about, but I'm not going to be happy finishing my career here. I have ambition for better, and I'm leaving Liverpool like Sterling did, by the way. Sterling was like, no, I'm not wasting any years over here. What? I'm gonna possibly get one prem, maybe two. Nah, I'm leaving. I'm going over to Manchester City for the ambition, and he won everything that he could while he was here. Way more than
to be honest with you. You know me, I like violence. Hussam is my guy. But you know what? I actually prayed for this. You know why? It gives me pure entertainment. Hussam is my guy, but I love his meltdowns. And I hope, Salah leaves. I hope Van Dijk leaves. You know what? Hussam is my guy, but I'm praying for his downfall.
Yeah,
I may sound sad to say, but I'm praying for your downfall, Hussam.
Yeah, Hussam is not giving up on.
Send
he's
Hussam
not,
the link. Let
what
me
do you
address
mean?
these frauds.
Wait. Hussam wants the link.
No.
Hey, give him the link, Patrick,
We
man.
want him to come on the show.
Hey, Patrick, give him the link. I've prayed for his downfall, and I'm praying for more of his downfall.
We'll see. Says Adam.
Hey,
remember,
Patrick, you know why I enjoy it? And Veta won't tell you, but you know why, Veta? I get to see Liverpool go back to Europa League.
Oh, that was just last year. That was just last year.
I love this.
This is fraudulent. There's no way.
No,
that's messed up.
Is it like
Well,
Hamza
listen,
in the Arsenal shirt where he's like modeling shirts or something?
Patrick,
You know what?
everybody on the panel. I want to jump in, jump out. I'm going to
Okay,
take
Kels,
Okay,
I'll
bro.
let
princess.
I'll let Hussam explain when he comes on. But it's a long story.
He's got a show. He says he's got a show. Anyway, big up Hussam. And let me see. He says interest is real, but doesn't mean we have a deal. You guys are talking about the verts. I think people are talking about the verts. Says, yeah, I just never heard of the fella. Yeah, that fella is useless. Guys, stop listening. Listening to that. Listening to that ITK who keeps saying, "Oh, Bomba at 5 o'clock." I would delete him. Even I don't even know why I followed him. I think he used to be one of my guys I used to follow, but he just changed his name. I'll unfollow him in a few minutes. What a fraud! Bomba, my ass. Every time he just says Bomba, and he just brings useless things. We don't have time in this world to be listening to you. If you're watching this, stop that behavior. Because last time you said Neymar, that's the same. Kels, that's the same guy. Neymar's coming. Neymar is coming. That useless. That guy's useless.
Okay, but Patrick, why are you so gullible? Patrick, can you not tell what's the difference between? No, but Patrick. Okay, yes, I get that guy is stupid as well. But Patrick, it's for you to know the difference between the truth and what is bullshit.
Oh no, I exposed him. Then I went to him and said, "Don't be useless, man." Because you're saying, "Oh, there's a bomber coming at this time," and he says the bomber was Neymar. And then I think that I Kels was also in the comment, and everybody laughed at him, said, "Can you stop this uselessness?" And I think that's when people do that. This guy is a fraud. But anyway, enough of Trent, man. Trent, go enjoy yourself. I hope you win more UCLs, and I hope when you win these UCLs, you have more UCLs than any player you played with at Liverpool. And I hope you actually become a baller and one of the best. Look, Trent, I used to hate you.
Patrick, imagine he does it. Emmanuel Adebayo, he comes back to the Stamford. What am I saying? Anfield, yeah, and he celebrates.
They'll kill him. Be careful. They would kill him. He would not. He cannot score and run. He would not leave that stadium. I'm telling you, Trent right now. I'm gonna just move away from Trent right now. If he scored at Anfield and ran, he would die. I'm sorry, but he's not leaving that stadium. Because these guys are evil. Anyway, let's move on to the youngsters.
I want to say something about Trent quickly.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You want to say?
I've never said. I've been busy last couple of 1 week. Yeah.
You see,
but now I'm back. Yeah.
I'll bring back the Trent picture just for you. But now you're gonna have to say fast because we're gonna have to move because we're talking about Trent.
I think this is the most shameless transfer I've ever seen again, and it involves Liverpool Football Club. And I've always said it 100%. You know one thing, I watched the era of Steve McManaman walking out, one of the best talent in Liverpool. He went on a free to Real Madrid. I witnessed it. I watched Michael Owen mock them, run his contract down on a free, walked away from Liverpool. Yeah, I watched Steven Gerrard nearly joining Chelsea, wrote in his book, I wanted to join Chelsea. My family wanted me to join Chelsea. But the only reason I had to do a U-turn because I received threats from Liverpool fan base towards my family. So he was held hostage to stay at that Liverpool Football Club. This guy is the biggest fraud. You know why? Because this man, I read reports for many weeks and many years. My dream is to captain Liverpool. This is my dream club. I grew up in Liverpool. I supported Liverpool. My whole family is Liverpool.
Hamza, that's the biggest lie. We all know he's an Everton fan.
No, he's not. But
Hamza, have you not seen the picture of him in an Everton shirt?
No, but that's Gerrard. But this guy,
as well, Hamza. Go on Twitter and you see there's a picture of Trent in an Everton shirt.
Adam, let me finish this. The problem is, I say to you, Madrid will never ever come to Manchester City and snatch our star boy. No way. There's no way. Because Madrid knows, there's
But you can't
not even get. There's no way. They know we got money. We got money. Money is power. I don't care.
They have money too. They're just cheap.
Yeah, they got money, but they know. We've bought from Real Madrid. We took Rubinho off Real Madrid. Have you ever seen Real Madrid coming to us and say, we're taking Kevin De Bruyne, we're taking Fernandinho, we're taking David Silva, we're taking Aguero. Have you seen them ever coming to any of our boys? You know why? Because they know there's boundaries. That's why it is true. Boundaries. There's a respect. Madrid knows. But they see these guys are weakling. What are we doing here? What are you gonna win at Liverpool? Okay, they're gonna win the league title this year.
Hamza, I think it's so.
To me, for a guy, we're gonna eat from Kyle Walker's money. We're gonna get 5 million or 10 million, all of us. I know. We're gonna get from Calvin Phillips.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean, all of us?
We're not getting anything from Calvin
Wait.
Phillips.
Wait. Let me ask this guy first. What do you mean, all of us? Did they say they're gonna give you anything?
No.
I want $5 million, please.
Patrick, a 34-year-old here, we're getting money from it. I guarantee.
Oh, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Wait,
Look,
Hamza.
Hamza, wait, guys.
Hamza, are you literally already 4 million or 5 million?
Adam, I'm gonna cut this out because I don't want this to. The trend thing is over. So if you came late, it's an L on you. So I take that L. Take that L if you came late. Take that L and eat it. Take that L. Yeah, take that L. So I'm gonna start with Mateus because Mateus is one of the biggest frauds on Twitter and one of the biggest frauds on YouTube. So I'm gonna start with Mateus on this. Me and Kels have been discussing this even outside the YouTube a lot, saying I think we both agree that sometimes youngsters don't get used. But I have seen a lot of people, whenever you tweet about youngsters at City, they come at you and say, "Oh, but look at Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. Oh, he brought these guys, and that's one example they can give you. And then they give you the example of these 4 frauds standing here. Not except Foden is missing, by the way. So Foden is missing.
Yeah, why did you turn that picture?
Yeah,
no, I didn't think he played. Never mind. No,
I know.
There's one at the Club World Cup when it was all the youth. It was like,
oh yeah. I was trying to.
He was not in that picture. I was like, why aren't you in there?
Nah, because he's graduated from these guys. He was trying to say I'm a senior now. So Mateus, let's speak real here. On this channel, I don't like people who try to cater for people to love them. So Mateus, I'm gonna give it to you. Do you think Pep Guardiola, throughout the years he's been at Man City, has he handled the youth well? All the youth talent. We're talking about Pablo Maffeo here. We're talking about Angelino. We're talking about all those guys. Inacio. Let's not forget Inacio. Kalichi, obviously, he is now dead food. But we're just saying.
Why am I a fraud?
You're a fraud because you like targeting me in these little arguments that you want me to get into.
Answer to your question. It's strange because obviously we don't know because we've seen some of the young players, how talented they are. We've seen them in pre-season. Even if you guys remember when the treble season, during the pre-season, the season we won the treble, when we went to pre-season before the season starts, we also Romeo Lavia coming through the scenes during pre-season. He was playing really well. But the problem is, at Barcelona and
breeding ground, that's a phrase.
At Barcelona, Pep doesn't have the same pressure to play the youngster as he has. Well, at Barcelona, he had more pressure to play the youngster than he has at Man City. Because when you think about Barcelona and the fan base, because the fans in Spain, the fans own the club. So the club, they decide who's going to be the president, and they have a vote and say who they want the manager. So the fans of Barcelona, they looked at the club, but also they looked at the La Masia. That's why any manager who goes to manage Barcelona, they tend to have buy a few players in, but also they have to rely on La Masia. Man City is a bit different. But we also can point at the fact that our academy is new compared to Barcelona. Barcelona academy is a bit they've been there since Cruyff.
Beginning of time, almost.
Do you know what I mean? So they've
It's a very long track record.
Yeah. So they've got that track record. For us, our academy has only been there just, I think it was like 7 years after Mansour, because if you remember from 2008 all the way to 2014-15, we were just buying players. Basically, there was nothing coming through the academy until we started improving our facilities, until we started improving the coaching staff, the manager we brought in, and the philosophy of the club. So you can't really compare because things takes time. However, Pep Guardiola should have done better in terms of bringing some young players in, especially like the likes of, because when he goes to pre-season, he takes a lot of youngsters in, and we see the potential of some of the youngsters. But when the season starts, we don't really see them. I remember the season when we lost Laporte through injury, then Company went down. Company also got injured that season, and we had Alderweireld coming through. But he never really used him. He used him in the pre-season before lockdown, but he never really used him on the pitch. He went in the academy and got in Garcia. Then he decided.
Why? No, stay there. Why? Why did you get that? Because I think Toshin was better than Garcia.
He's
Spanish.
Spanish.
Thank you very much. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Thank
you. Because there's you know why, Matthias? There's people who think I have an agenda. But at the end of the day, how long has Pep Guardiola been at City, and how many youngsters have we seen that they could have at least filled a certain hole, but never did?
Yeah,
never did. It's this. Do you know what? Before you finish, this is what I keep saying. Also, before because I'm just gonna move out for a few minutes. I just want to check something on the fire there, so Kels will take over. But unless he likes you like you're just his favorite. Like Luis, I give an example of Luis and Garcia. He will play you why there are better youngsters around, and nobody here can sit and say you're lying.
That's your. I think that's wrong to sit and say that there's better players around. I think
on that note, Kimber, I'll get back to
the he's extremely good at showing.
But you know, Pep wants a player that like fits a certain system.
One at a time. One at a time. If you speak over each other, one at a time.
What it is, Pep, he wants a player that somewhat say fits his system, a certain player of a certain style. That's how I see how Pep is, and that's why some players, I get he somewhat needs to somewhat say move away from that, but that's how I observe him to be. He wants a player of a certain accolade.
He wants, of course, people that follow his system.
Adam. And if you think that Pep thinks this way, I think Pep is right to do so. Because at the end of the day, he's the manager. He's got his own system. He's got his style of play. And he wants to have players in the squad that fit what he wants to do. Just because he's a youngster, he comes through academy, doesn't mean that if he doesn't fit the profile of the manager, he will not play, and rightly so, because at the end of the day, if things don't go well, then we're going to start asking questions on the manager, because you won't replace 24 players. There is a common denominator in there, which is the manager. So in that sense, if Pep sees a player that doesn't fit towards his philosophy or his system, then he's on his right to say, right, okay, this player doesn't fit in my system, we need to sell him. But at the same time, as a fan base, we always want to see young players given a chance in order to see how good they are. Because let's say, for example, when we went into this season, we went into a bad form, and we saw Simpson Pusey, and during that spell, I don't think Simpson Pusey was terrible at all.
But he wasn't exceptional either.
Martin, check your WhatsApp.
Yeah, he wasn't exceptional either, but there was into that game where we kind of see how he plays. He kind of see like to the point where there might be a player there where we can actually, okay, given another season, maybe around the first team play and see how good he is. If it doesn't work, listen, get rid of him. Well, even now, we haven't seen Simpson back in the team anymore.
Yeah, he's long gone. I think we just have to accept that right now, while we have Pep, the academy is just going to be used to get money. Like, it's going to be a PSR profit machine.
But you know,
but it's always been. It's always meant to be. So that's what it's also meant to be.
It would be nice to have some more players.
Yeah, academy. Yeah.
But are they good enough? The question is, people want academy. I understand that. But any other, so you see this, you say Simpson Pussy. I've seen him against Euro and that the Champions League against, was it Hamburg? They played the German team. He was an exceptional. He's a good player. He's a youngster. Yeah. You're giving him a big responsibility. I'm sorry to say this. A lot of City fans believe that a lot of our youngsters need to have a pathway to work. The standard of Man City, you have to be ready-made. Okay, you can have one or two youngsters like Nico O'Reilly or Rico Lewis. But once you have like Simpson Pussy and all these players, I think they're not ready for Man City.
Hamza, you said like, wait. Let me ask Hamza a question. Hamza, wait, let me ask him a question. I have a question for Hamza before I forget. Hamza, you say Nico O'Reilly. Have you seen Nico O'Reilly play a proper Premier League game?
Hamza, to be honest with you, Nico O'Reilly is better than Gundogan in the midfield. Yeah. I'll have that. No. Hamza, I'm sorry. No, Hamza, I'm sorry. Hamza, I would have Nico O'Reilly in that midfield over Gundogan. You have Gundogan, who's a pensioner who has no legs.
Adam, forget about Kundo.
Hamza, you know what it's like? It's like seeing a senior man in their 65 years old, in that midfield. That's how it is watching Gundogan in that midfield.
No, but let one second. You think Nico O'Reilly will do a better job than experienced Gundogan?
No, Hamza, look at that. Hamza, look at that PSG. Look at that PSG team, against Liverpool. How old was João Neves? How old was Vitinha? Hamza, wait. Only one player in that midfield was, I think, how old was he? 28? The rest were all old. The rest were all young.
Experience. João Neves has played for 2-3 years at top level. Vitinha has played for 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years at top level.
Hamza, when you do your scouting, you know on Twitter, when you do all this scouting, when you start posting all these youngster player, we need to go through this, the experience on YouTube highlight. Are these youngster players that you keep posting them or scouting this, are they good enough to play for Man City?
Yeah, they are, because they're playing at top level. I'm sorry to say,
Hamza, if you watch a YouTube highlight from me, playing football, you would want me to play for Man City, mate. Everyone looks good. No, everyone looks good on YouTube highlights. What are you on about?
Yeah.
You know what's so sus? You know what?
Just go and watch it. Just go and watch it.
Calvin Phillips. Underrating some of these big teams in South America.
Go on YouTube right now. Type it in. Calvin Phillips, Ipswich highlight.
I don't rate him. I've been rated.
No.
We've seen enough from Phillips. He's not good.
No. But you know when he says the players are bringing youngsters on YouTube, these are players who are playing a club for 5.
Okay, Hamza. The question that I got to ask you is, Hamza, is the South American League the same as the Premier League? Answer that. It's a simple question. That.
No.
Thank you very much.
Exactly, bro. Come on. What are we doing here?
What does that mean?
No, it was a simple question, because why I say that is, you say that, okay, what's his name? Echeverri came there from the South American League and you send him out on loan.
What did I say to you about Echeverri? One second.
But was Echeverri Hamza, was Echeverri not seen as the best thing to come out of South America?
I tell you that. Echeverri will not play for Man City. I told you before.
Oh, by the way, Hamza, the rumors are fake. The loan thing was fake.
He's not playing for Man City.
Hamza, gullible,
Hamza, sorry, right.
Hamza, you're absolute gullible.
Good evening.
The teacher's here.
Hamza, Echeverri will play with City in the Club World Cup, because that's the plan. He will be viewed in the Club World Cup. There is no loan agreed with anybody. He was there he was in Italy for personal reasons. There was nothing to do with a loan deal.
So he's
Stop believing what Twitter people are telling you.
Oh no, but Martin, will he play
Him
this
on the
season?
bench for Leicester?
Yeah.
No.
Will he play this season?
No, he's going to be using the Club World Cup. He's not going to be using the last 9 games.
What's the point? Why
Right.
did we
Can I just go through this? Because Pat, you're being naughty here, and you know you're being naughty when you're coming up with Pablo Maffeo and bloody Tosin Adebayo. You're being naughty there.
I love. By the way, I love Pablo Maffeo. I love him.
Hang on. Right, you may love him, but he wasn't good enough for Manchester City.
I don't.
Let's get this straight. Right. All this thing of Pep doesn't bring youngsters in. How many did Mancini and Pellegrini bring through?
Well, we've talked about that.
How many did they bring through?
No,
it wasn't. It was still about spending money. No, not having it. I'm not having this. It's a load of garbage, this youngster stuff.
No. You cannot compare, the facilities, the academy, in terms of the way we've improved our academy, in terms of the facility around the team.
Quality, the trophies we've won.
The first 5 years of.
It says how long have the facilities been there?
No, Marty, that's not the point. Yeah, you cannot compare from the first 5 years when we got Mancini. When Sheikh Mansour came, we moved into the ground. We got Mancini in. You cannot compare how we were in that first 5 year to what we are now. The academy was way different back then. We were when we had Sheikh Mansour, we were trying to get players that would improve the first team. In order
we
to
had a
take
player
us
called Jonathan Guidetti. I remember Guidetti.
That's not our plan. That's not our model. Never has been our model.
No. Because the model is right. We need to get into a certain position, but in order to do that, we need to buy some certain players. That's why we went with Robinho, Carlos Tevez. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what happened to Guidetti?
But now,
the player called Guidetti.
We've got a more established club. Yeah, financially we were more established, but there is issues going on with the fan base and the club. That's a different.
Yeah, that's through winning trophies. That's because you're not top, Matthias, and this is the problem. You bring in kids, no one's gonna have the patience to flood these kids.
I don't think they will. I think they will.
Well, there you go then. So that's why.
I think they will. I don't know.
No, listen. This thing with academy players, no one was begging for it last season. No one's begging for it the season before. No one was begging for it on treble season. This is all because we dropped to 4th and 5th place. Everyone's suddenly clamoring for academy players.
But they're thinking that academy players are going to solve.
No, you've all got Cole Palmer PTSD. You've got Cole Palmer PTSD.
Before he left, people wanted to see him play.
From my point of view,
but he wasn't good enough at the time, Kelster. I watched every single minute he played. He wasn't good enough.
Martin, from my point of view, I don't think any of these other midfielders can I think they probably do better than the grandfathers in midfield in Kovacic, Bernardo, and Gundogan. I generally think they can probably do better.
So says who? On what evidence have we got that?
No chance.
From the glimpses that
the glimpses of what? So tell me the glimpses, because O'Reilly played 30 minutes in. O'Reilly played 30 minutes at Ipswich away. He looked like a deer in headlights and didn't know what he was doing.
I just don't know.
Spurs in the cup game. I think
Kelster, cup games and Premier League games are very, very different.
Big games.
Very different.
It's Baleba. Against Baleba, right? They'll cook him. He will be
That's what the Carabao Cup is. The Carabao Cup is to blood your youngsters through.
Fact.
Look at O'Reilly. O'Reilly made a statement.
To run and get back, and I think somebody could do a better job than him.
No, because we see people aren't watching Gundogan. You watch Gundogan in the last 3 or 4 games when he's played. He's played very well. He's played very well.
I've been a proponent of that.
Who are the opposition?
But him next to Bernardo and Cava was a disaster.
Yeah.
Fact.
But that's part of the aging squad. No one's saying that. That's just an aging squad thing. You're going to make new sides. Because this is the thing. If we were giving the youngsters the opportunity genuinely, then fine, go with it. But you're not. People are doing it. Bring the youngsters in now. We spend 300 million in the summer, and you all want these youngsters back out again. You can't treat them like that.
Too many youngsters.
You can't treat them like, oh, just come now, play for us, and out you go again. because there's no long term. If people were saying, I want McAtee in to have a 2-year go at this and we don't buy a Verts, then fine, that's not a problem. But you only want McAtee in until Verts comes in the door and then you want McAtee back out again. So there's not a genuine belief behind
not
it.
good enough.
You know,
There's a panic. It's a panic thing. It's panic.
Martin, and you know, that's what I'm saying. You're right. And you know that person who said, do you think Pep would have given Kubasi and Yamal a chance if they were City? Yes, because Kubasi and Yamal were wanted by City a year and a half ago, and Kubasi looks like a special player the way he plays. I don't think I've seen Simpson Pussy. You need to give those kind of players time. You know, Kusano, you just see straight away how he plays. They're playing with confidence. But Simpson Pussy, Nico O'Reilly, you need to baby them a bit. You need to look after them. If you don't look after them, you will destroy their career. They're just going to become like Calvin Phillips. They'll lose all the confidence. So we have.
Well, here's one thing. I said this the other day. Right now, you've got Phil Foden as a 10, Mamouche can play 10, and KDB can play 10. If you want Echeverri with 9 games to go, who are you dropping out of those 3? Because, well, you're going to have to drop 2 of those 3 to bring Echeverri in. Because even with rotation, you've still got 3 players who can come in and play. So who's going down?
Wing over with Yashko on the left.
Well, then you're dropping Doku or you're dropping Sabio.
I vote for dropping Doku.
But this is the, somebody has to go out the door. Somebody has to go. There's a lot of traffic in front. And the thing is, Gundogan hasn't come back yet. He hasn't worked because that's why they gave him the 60%.
But we have more games than usual. Why do people have to drop? Play them.
But we've got 9. No, you've got 9 games. So say KDB plays 3, Foden plays 3, Mamouche plays 3. Where does Echeverri play?
They don't have to play.
Echeverri could come on late in the game, like for KDB.
I think Echeverri is not ready.
Like have him come in the 80th minute or something, just to get his feet wet.
No,
but he's not going to do anything in 10 minutes. 10 minutes won't do anything.
Something.
I've seen good players make an impact.
If you're going to blood a youngster, he needs to have 45 minutes.
I don't think you can.
It takes 10 minutes for a player to get involved in the game, get up to speed with it.
Wait, Carl, what are you saying? What is Carl saying? Carl, what are you saying?
I was just saying, like,
players.
I'm not.
No, Carl, not Carl. Carl,
sorry. Never mind.
Listen, the best way for these guys to get game time is just play them 5, 10, 15 minutes. Give them play them. Don't just keep them on the bench. Then you play flog KDB till his bone dry. Or you flog a Foden who clearly his mind is not there for whatever reason. Play these kids, man. Give them a chance. You got 9 games left.
And ones if we don't make top 4. Ones if we don't make top 4.
It is what it is.
Pep can't see it that way. Pep can't go, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, then he should have done better. Then he should have done better from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but you can't. No, but Carl, you can't do that. He's got bosses at the top that I like.
You're telling me
he's got bosses at the top.
You're telling me that Echeverri is not good enough, right, to help us?
We don't know.
Yeah, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes against Leicester.
I tell you why. I think he's coming to a new league in the season. He's coming to a new country, new league.
That's the.
And I think you're throwing him in the middle of the season. It's dangerous.
I would have just left him at River
That
Plate.
is an old crazy mentality. Play this kid. This guy is the best player within South America for his age group. What do you have to lose?
I think he's seen him train. I think one thing I can never doubt Pep is he gave Busquets a chance. He gave Pedro a chance. He gave Piqué a chance.
So you look at
all these youngsters. He dropped the likes of Yaya Toure, Samuel Eto'o, Ronaldinho for these youngsters. So
Hamza, you look at Foden's performance this season. You're telling me Echeverri can't do better than that? Seriously.
Foden's not.
Or Gundogan. Of course he can. He's young. He's hungry. Play him.
But I tell you why, Carl. We can't play. We have to play two midfielders because our midfield is so weak. You cannot have a solely independent one midfielder. If you play one midfielder,
no, you play 3. You play 3 midfield, 3 or 4 in midfield.
So that means someone has to be sacrificed. For Echeverri, Foden is the guy who gets dropped for Echeverri because he's number 10.
Listen, Hamza, if we're honest with ourselves, Foden has not been up to standard this season for whatever reason. The break, he hasn't been. So then, get a new kid from South America who's a star. Try him. Doesn't work, then go back to Foden. Then
a star how? Where's this star thing?
The The guy is a star, Martin.
For under
It's the same
20s.
kid.
I like him. I like Echeverri so much, but I think
Yeah,
I'm
but
scared.
wasn't Alvarez a star on under 20s?
He was he was different. He was different
Player.
because
Yeah.
he was scoring goals
Hamza,
at top level.
when Julian Alvarez came to City, was he a star or not?
Wasn't Haaland the star? And when he was
Star
playing
already.
when
He was
on the
22.
When Julian
He was
Alvarez
22.
came, when Alvarez
He's playing
came
for
to us,
Argentina.
we're having the same argument with him that
He
we're
did
having
have
right now.
marks.
No, we
He's
weren't.
not going to get in.
But
He's not
he
gonna
was
get in.
playing,
He's not
he
gonna
was
get in.
playing for
Nah,
Argentina.
no, he wasn't in the Argentina first team.
I have a hot
Yes,
take
he
on
was.
that.
Yes, he was.
Who?
Did he
He
get
was
called
in
up?
the Argentinian squad.
No, he got called
He
out
wasn't.
after
was.
Man City.
He was
after Man
22.
City.
He wasn't.
When he joined,
I
he was
followed him, he wasn't.
22. He was not 17.
He'd already
He
won
wasn't in the
Copa
Argentina
America.
squad when he came. It wasn't.
No,
He
he
wasn't.
he,
I tracked him from
he,
River
he
Plate.
joined
I
them.
watched
He
it.
was
I
he
watched
joined
it.
Argentina in the World Cup. He wasn't in the
He
Copa
made his
America.
debut
But
in 3rd of June
he joined them for the World Cup
2021.
after he came to us.
Yeah, he joined
He
3rd of
came-
June.
He made his
2021.
debut when?
The squad
3rd of
after.
June.
When did he make his
2021.
debut?
3rd of June 2021
But what team? What
When
Argentina
we
team?
signed
What-
him.
against Chile.
River
Was
Plate
he at
is
Man
no,
City then?
never
Yeah,
mind.
because we signed him in the summer and he joined in winter after the
Yeah, he
this
joined.
season.
Yeah,
he
he
came
joined.
after
He
us.
played for.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
No, he didn't. He
But he
was
didn't
only
join
at City
before
2
the
years.
summer.
He was only
Yeah,
at City
yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, but
Wait,
we signed him in the summer. But we let him finish his season in there because season in South America they start in Jan and they finish in December. So
Yeah,
we
listen,
signed him in the
listen.
summer and we let him finish that season and he joined us in.
Yeah, the truth is, listen, we're guilty of always, playing down these players. The Enzo Fernandez was a baller from River Plate to Benfica, less than 6 months off to Chelsea. Player, right? Alvarez comes to us, player. This guy from River Plate again comes to us. Oh no, he's not good enough. No. Give these lads a chance. What's the point?
But you know the difference between him. He was starting for him. Alvarez was starting for River Plate, scoring 5 goals, 4 goals. Echeverri, it was being benched by Marcelo Gallardo before he went to the under-20.
Hamza, you're telling me Echeverri.
I think I spoke to River Plate fans and they said he's
You're
not
telling
ready.
me, right? So here's why I see it, Patrick. Right? City is the worst place to come if you're a young prospect from South America. They're the worst place to come.
Agreed.
You know why?
I
Because the fans don't back
disagree.
you. They don't respect
I
you.
I
They don't
get
think you're
that.
good enough.
Disagree completely.
You're better off going to Ajax, going to Barcelona, go somewhere else.
Yep.
It's a fact. That's a fact.
I disagree. I think we were a
We say the
worse
same
place
thing every
years
single time.
ago.
Maxi Perron.
Not anymore.
You tell me Maxi Perron can do a better job than Gundogan.
100% he can.
This
Has
season,
he been playing for Como every game, hitting?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Has he been? I'm looking here.
You can't. Okay, Gundogan. Okay, Gundogan. Let's exclude Gundogan. He's been good for the past couple of games. Bernardo has been shocking. Kovacic has been shocking. Those two grand.
they don't deserve the minutes they're getting.
Wait. Why do you guys call Silva and Kova grandfather?
Grandfather.
You're not pensioners all the time.
In footballing terms.
Nah, no. Well, Bernardo
You
Silva just
can't-
turned 30.
that's- no,
You
you can't
are-
say
Bernardo
that.
just turned 30.
He's
Bernardo just
31.
turned 30.
Yeah. This is what we're calling grandfathers for.
He's
This is
31.
getting
Then
crazy.
let me ask a
Look
question.
at the amount
Okay.
of games.
Patrick's
there.
been calling them pensioners for weeks.
I know. Okay, let me ask you a question. I know who was calling pensioners. The ones that are 34.
You were.
But let me ask you a question. Van Dijk is 34. You know they're turning 34, and Salah is turning 34. So those
This is what I mean. It's crazy. This thing about everyone's old is crazy at the minute.
No,
I
but
think
You
some
don't need
people
legs to be
age.
in there.
Kovacic, I just don't think Kovacic.
They've
good
had
enough.
bad games,
I don't think he's
but
too
that's
old.
what
He's
they've
just not
had.
good.
Bernardo's issue is he's played more minutes than anybody else for the last 2 years. Him and Foden are knackered.
they're
Yeah.
knackered.
They played more
physically.
minutes than anyone.
I
Are
disagree.
you talk-
Bernardo's issue is that he's not good enough anymore.
Are you joking? He's
hasn't been
physically
good.
exhausted.
No. He hasn't been good
Listen.
for 2 seasons.
No
He
way.
wasn't
You
good
can't
last
say
season,
Bernardo's not good
and
enough.
it's been even worse this season.
Well, he's not good enough because he's exhausted.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
tired.
It's correlation.
He's
Yeah, but if
he's
he's tired-
the only guy that
No.
has never got injured.
If
He
he's
doesn't get
tired-
rest.
If he's tired, replace him with someone who's not tired.
No, the problem
Because-
is you don't have
because-
quality.
No,
They're all
because
tired.
the league-
They're all
the
tired,
league-
Matthias.
The league is
That's
going to
the
be even
problem.
more difficult next season. You can't
Yeah.
come next season if he stays. You can't say, "Oh, he's tired again," because the league is just
No,
getting difficult.
No
every
one's
single
saying
season.
that. What we're saying is people, they're mentally drained from what they've just done
They're
over the
drained.
last 4 years.
Yeah, but
They're
okay,
mentally
I get it.
drained.
You can't.
Well,
Martin,
that's
I get
fine.
it.
That's fine. That's not
That's
their
the
fault.
point,
That's
yeah.
not their-
They're mentally
These are not
drained
robbers,
because
but too many
they've
are
already
expecting them to
achieved
be
every
robbers.
single thing for Manchester City Football Club. They have nothing to prove anymore. If a players think that, okay, I've achieved everything, I'm just going to be there for the day out, we have to move on from them.
But that's why we're having a rebuild in the summer.
Yeah, so Bernardo Silva can't stay.
Right, so let's just get to the rebuild. I don't see why everyone's doing the grandfather bit. We know that. That's why they're going out. I don't know what this is what I'm saying. You know what's coming.
We cannot afford not to make top 5. We
Is
cannot.
he
Wait.
coming,
Let
Martin?
me go to Kimber, then continue. Kimber, what do you want to say on this topic where people are like, this guy is a grandfather, but it's quite funny that this guy just turned 30. I think it's not even about being old or anything. Bernardo Silva is 30. Come on. You're telling me that, oh, look, it's just the fact that I think they have been overworked. But Kimber, what's your thought, especially? But let's bring it back
No,
to the
I
youngsters.
think it's
Wayne
wrong
Rooney
to say
was
that they've
done
been
by
grandfathered.
28.
No, Matthias, just let him. Just let Kimber. Kimber, go ahead.
It's wrong to say they've been grandfathered. You know, they're just majority of our players at this point in time are tired, they are knackered, and they need time to rest. That's more than what after everything that they have done for the club over the years. It's going to happen. So when one, and I also believe that it's just as much of the mentality and the motivations. If not everybody else is playing good, then of course they're going to look like they're playing bad too. So I think it's a combination here, and I agree that Bernardo and Kovacic, yeah, they have been bad in the last 3 or 4 games, but you can't say it's because they're grandfather. Age is not the factor here in at this year, I don't think.
Okay, so what about
Patrick's words.
I know. What about Coutinho? So Coutinho, you're the one who brought the grandfather talk. So basically, let me ask you, Coutinho.
Rooney was done by 28. When he reached 20, he was done. He couldn't run anymore.
Yeah, but we know why Rooney. Have you seen his activities outside football?
He's the same with Bernardo Silva. These guys have been playing since
Sterling.
17.
Yeah, but look at Rooney's activities outside football. The guy's in the newspaper all the time, drunk, blacked out.
It doesn't matter. Party,
Look at
you're a human
Sterling.
being. You have to go on a 2 days bend every now and then. Leave Rooney alone.
Yeah, but some of these guys go on benders too much, and that's when they end up finishing.
So what we're saying is anyone 28, 29, 30 is a finished footballer in 2025.
No, not really. Age should not means anything.
people age
No, I just I don't think.
Let me
You
ask
can't
you
say that Bernardo was done at 28 either.
each player they reach their peak different. Some players they reach their peak at 23. Once they reach 25, they can't do anything anymore. So each player is different. Yeah, Bernardo Silva is wet to a point. Despite he only being 30, I say only being 30, he's done. He's done.
You think,
He's been playing football.
But you're saying every player's done. All we're saying this year for every player is they're old and they're done. I've never known a squad be old and done the way we're destroying our players. Are we just happened to just hit a time when are we the first club ever to every single player's done nearly?
Yeah, you can't say that.
That's what happened. No, that's what happened with Liverpool. That's what happened to Liverpool. That's what happened to Liverpool.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it happened with Liverpool so much. Salah and Van Dijk are doing what they're doing.
They're midfielders.
Let's go back to Coutinho. Coutinho, you said grandfathers, so I want you to list down
That's
the
a very
grandfathers
comment
at
by
City.
Steve.
Yeah, it is. But I want Coutinho to list down the grandfathers at City.
Kovacic, Bernardo, and Gundogan.
Kovacic is just 31 years old.
And KDB.
Bernardo is 30.
And KDB.
KDB, I would agree with you. He's going to 34, but come on, Bernardo Silva is just 30.
Bernardo is just 30. Sometimes it just hits you all of a sudden. And this is the thing.
KDB, yeah.
I don't. Okay,
And
fair
Walker.
enough. They are burnt out. I don't doubt it, and I don't begrudge them in terms of that. But why can't we just at least start one of them a week, one every couple of days, not all 3 of them all together. That's what doesn't make sense.
Okay, then,
That's what- that's what-
isn't that manager's fault that he cannot
Yes,
rotate the squad properly to rest the players?
Agreed.
He is trying to rotate it. He's
But when
always
was the
trying
last
to
time we
rotate it
played
to
all
make
three
sure.
together? Kovacic has
Yeah.
hardly been involved in the last month. Bernardo's been on the bench the last two games. No, it's back to the knee. What is this? This is. Oh, I find
Nico
this
Gonzalez.
crazy.
That's what I meant. Nico Gonzalez, not Nico O'Reilly.
But this is the same thing. Nico Riley could come in, have a bad game, and everyone will slaughter. I saw it with Jamal Simpson-Pouza. No, I'm not having it. I saw it with Simpson-Pouza. Everyone was like, yeah. Bring him in. Then they slaughtered him.
Rico Lewis. Wait. Martin, I have an answer for you for that. Nobody ever pointed that bring on Simpson anyway. Simpson came from nowhere. We didn't know who Simpson was. We're talking about players.
But Simpson-Pouza. All right, Rico Lewis been destroyed. McAtee, now that he's had games, fans have destroyed him. They want the youngsters up to a certain point because they expect.
I didn't know who Simpson is, by the way, so he just came from nowhere.
So what they're doing is part, and this is where people have to be honest. They're expecting the youngsters because they want an improvement. Now,
Martin, do you know what people were telling me before? You know, after the Tottenham game, people said, "Oh, Jacob Bright. Where's Jacob Bright now? Where's That's what I'm saying. You can't just.
I saw it with Mika Hamilton. Hamilton, when he played in the Champions League and scored, everyone was like, get him in. He can't even get in the Stockport team anymore.
There's standards.
Stockport.
Yeah, you can't. Exactly. You have to be
Morgan Rogers did an interview last week and he said, I was nowhere near good enough to get in the City team at that point. You've got to look at that point, not now. People are looking at Morgan Rogers now. Look where Lavia was. Morgan Rogers, look where they were at the time. They were at City. Lavia was nowhere near good enough. Morgan Rogers was nowhere near good enough.
I disagree.
Where they may be three, they weren't.
No. I think Lavia was.
What, better than Rodra?
No, better than Phillips.
I'm not saying he was better than Rodri, but I'm saying that he was good enough to play for Man City.
We brought in Phillips to be the backup to Rodri.
Yeah, because Lavia has to leave.
He was good enough. Because he was good enough to be part of the Manchester City squad.
Brought in a human youngster.
This is the point. Youngsters are not patient anymore. They want to get in the team now.
There has to be a pathway. That's what we felt. We felt
it took Foden 4 years. It took Foden 4 years to get into the City team.
But Martin, I get where you're coming from, right? And I understand where you're coming from. But you can't tell me that none of these youngsters,
I don't think every youngster
could have been there. Yeah.
You can't just say
Fernando was barely he was trying to sprint. He just couldn't.
What did you say, Kilksa? What did you say?
Well, remember, there's that one game where there was a highlight of Gundogan, and we're all just like he'd been playing like every game. I forget, somebody was injured. I don't know. It's when he was playing like 10 games in a row, and by the end of it, like he was trying to sprint, and you could just see his body just could not do it. I think.
I agree.
Like that,
so we bought Nico.
Pressure legs because.
So we bought Nico.
Well, yeah, but this was before. This was in like November when we still had a month to go. Like that would have been a time to maybe try somebody.
But Kels, that's what everyone's going back to. Everyone's going back to that time in November when we had the one win in 14. That's the bit people won't let go. People are not letting go of that one win in 14. In their mind, it's been burnt into their head. It's like I was telling someone the other day and I said we won 6 or 7 out of our last 11. And then someone went, yeah, but we won 1 in 14. They're going back. You've got to split the season into 2 from the start to January onwards. You've got to split it, otherwise you're never going to forgive.
Martin, I'm going to break your heart a bit, and I think we can. Obviously, this is YouTube, so people are going to clip us. I can bet you, Martin, here that even come summer, if some of these older guys stay, he'll still play them in summer, even though he's bought somebody.
I think he'll keep Gundo and Bernardo. I think they'll be used as squad rotation.
Would you keep Gundo? It was up to you.
I don't know.
Would you keep Gundo?
Week in, week out. I disagree. I think they'll be.
Coutinho said something totally different there. I didn't say play week in, week out.
That's the problem. That's the problem because
no. Because my idea is Nunes and Kovacic go out, and Bernardo and Gundogan take the Kovacic and Nunes role on the bench.
Why would you keep Gundogan instead of keeping Kovacic? I don't get it.
I can't lie. I would rather get rid of Gundogan and Bernardo before I get rid of Nunes and Kovacic.
I think Gundogan. The reason why they're going to keep Gundogan is for coaching. I think the coaching, him and Fernandinho are going to be involved.
You know what?
This is the same fan base, by the way, that were doing street parties 7 months ago when Gundogan.
I don't want him to play, but I think
because we didn't know he was this bad. We didn't know he was going to be this much of a downgrade.
He
wasn't meant to be playing this much.
No, not me. I called this shit out a week before we signed him. I said it. Don't sign him.
Matthias, you said this, that don't bring him back.
I knew.
So you think in the summer we're going to let Gundo go, Bernardo go? So Barry, someone has to pay for Bernardo, by the way.
No. I
still got a year left.
I don't know.
You're going to let Kovacic go, Nunes go, McAtee go. You're going to let go of 6 midfielders.
Martin, I think we already had a list. Go ahead, Matthias.
Someone has to pay for Calvin Phillips as well. What are we doing?
Calvin Phillips will go on loan. He'll go on loan.
No. Yeah, but he's on loan, but he's still our player.
Yeah, no, it'll go on loan. No one will pay for him. He'll get loaned through the length of his contract.
Martin. The people and the football club in charge, and clubs, and the players, they've got agents, As soon as you call your player, if Pep Guardiola calls a player in his office and say, you're not part of my plans going forward next season, the player immediately has to inform his agent and start working out to find a new club for them. Yeah, this is if the club wants to get rid of it, whether they get 20 million, whether they get 30 million, they will accept it. It's straight. No, it's not about.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
Martin, it's not down to the fan base. It's not down.
I'm not saying it.
You can't question the fan base. Oh, who's going to buy it? This is not our call to make. Yeah, inform the player.
It's not our call to sell players, then.
Yeah, but if you want to get rid of the player, any player that the club wants to get rid of it, the club does. You do. If you really want it,
not always.
Which player would you get rid of? Name me the players you get rid of 100%.
Oh,
I've got a perfect example.
Martin,
I've got a perfect example.
Martin, yeah, Martin, I want to move away from this because we already did a video. Remember, we were all on a video listening.
Yeah. Can I just say one point just to counter Mateus?
Yeah, then we move on to Bournemouth. Yeah.
Edison wanted to go. The club wanted 50 million quid. We got off for 25. The club said no. So the club have to get their price as well.
There is a difference. Yeah, there's the difference. Yeah. The difference is the player wants to go, and there was a price tag. Same with the Alvarez. In this case, if the club say to the player, "You're not part of the club. You're not part of the club's plan anymore. You need to find a club." Then the agent has to find the club for that player. This is
no, exactly. So you're presuming the club have said to Bernardo and Gundo, get out.
If someone comes in the summer with 30 million offer for Edison, do you think the club will not take it?
I think they'll take it this time. I think
they'll take it now. They'll take it. Yeah, you know why?
For Bernardo Silva, would the club not take it?
No, they won't.
Yes, now. Do you know why? Because things have changed. They've got 1 year left on their deals.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, he does. Okay, so on that note, wait. On that note, guys, Matthias,
someone will come and get Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, so Matthias, I'll start with you, Matthias.
Because it's a cheaper fee.
Yeah, I'll start with you. So let's go to Man City. Let's go to Man City versus Bournemouth, which I think Bernardo Silva is going to play. Gundogan will play, and KDB. Actually, let me go to somebody who's been quiet, Coutinho, because you're looking at your nails. I think after you mentioned the grandfathers and the pensioners, you went a bit quiet. Now go back to Matthias. So Coutinho, how do you see this Bournemouth game go? Because I said it on the channel and somebody said I'm very negative. I said I have no confidence.
Despite my pessimism, now that I know 2 of their players aren't available due to suspension,
it's three. One of them is injured or something. I don't know.
Well, the 2 key players who I consider as ballers, they're unavailable, who are key to their back line. I think we edge it with a 2-1 win. Kerkez and Huijsen being out because they got a second yellow card in this competition meaning they're suspended. They've been on the, I think it was on the Bournemouth website. They're not available. So Kerkez and Huijsen being not available due to being yellow carded again in the competition, I think is a huge boost to us, and I think we'll edge it by a 2-1 win.
Isn't it quite funny that
if we take our chances, we'll be 3-1.
No, the mighty Man City is waiting for the mighty Bournemouth to have injuries to have a chance.
They got ballers and they got a good coach. They got a good
I know
coach,
they have that manager. Apparently Chelsea are approaching him low key or something. And,
that's his career down the drain. Then
I know. So Kels, before I go to Mateus, because I know Mateus has got a very positive spin to this. But Kels, before I go to Mateus, how do you see this game yourself?
It's hard for me to predict because we seem to have two different styles and approaches this season. It seems to be either we go for it where Marmoush is behind Holland and we've got the wingers and we just full send it. We don't do this passing possession game. And I know it's dependent on the opposition, but if they're missing some defenders, they might not be able to low block as well as they want to. So if I see us full send it, I'm going to be a lot more positive. But if I see slow build up play and sideways and backwards passing, I'm not really going to be as optimistic. But I do think having Nico Gonzalez is going to make a big difference. I know it's subtle, but he has made a difference on our team. I know Pat didn't like my explanation of it, going from a 0 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10, but teams aren't just completely eviscerating us down the middle anymore. I mean, I'm not saying we've walled it off, but it has been an improvement. So we are a different team than the last time we faced them. So hopefully that'll make a difference. I could see us eking it out. I like this 2-1 prediction. I could go along with something like that. I'm usually not really a score person, but I could see us winning a tight game by a goal.
Okay, I want to ask something. Martin, are you saying you're jumping in or you're jumping out? Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to go in 2 minutes.
Yeah, so do you have any thoughts on the Bournemouth before I go to Mateus, who's eager to...
Yeah, listen, it'll be a cup game. You win it on the day, so full send it. Whichever team wins.
Are you going to the game?
I'm still trying to get tickets. Hopefully, I might be able to get... I think I've got one, so I should be going.
So, Martin, you'll not be disappointed. So what happens if we lose?
We lose. I'm already on to next season. I'm already at the rebuild stage.
Wait, you guys...
I'm already at the rebuild stage and moving forward. I'm done with this living in the past stuff.
Wait, did you see Martin's great interview in BBC? You didn't see him on BBC. He said there's no such thing as standards.
No, I didn't. Don't quote. If you're going to quote me correctly. I said there is a difference between standards and expectations.
So Martin, if we finish sixth, no FA Cup, is it a failure?
If what? We finish
Manchester City with Pep Guardiola, Haaland up front. Yeah. Who's the most lethal striker. Players like KDB, Ruben Diaz, all these players. Bernardo, Foden finished sixth in the Premier League. Yeah, behind the likes of Nottingham Forest, get knocked out of Bournemouth. Is it a failure?
It's a poor season. It is what it is.
Is it a failure or not?
No. It's a failure to what people want.
It's the biggest failure.
What you want?
It's the biggest failure, Martin. Martin is the most shameless failure, whether we accept it or not.
As I've said 1,000 times, I'm here for love. I'm here for love, mate, not trophies. It's all about the love. So how is that a problem?
Martin, because Manchester City has to have standards.
How is it a problem?
There has to have standards in every club.
Standards and expectations are very different.
I'm sorry, Pep Guardiola should not be finishing sixth. I'm sorry, Pep Guardiola with those kind of players should not be finishing sixth. It's
at the end of the day, as I said earlier on, if we're playing Lincoln City or Real Madrid, I'm shouting my head off, top boys. I'm there and behind the boys.
Pep Guardiola knows his standards.
To me. I don't care. Mate, Pep Guardiola will go one day. Do you know what's constant? Me. I'm the constant. Not Pep, not the board. The fans. The fans are the constant.
Martin, Manchester City Football Club should not be finishing sixth with the likes of Nottingham Forest ahead of us. Yeah, Chelsea who might finish ahead of us, Newcastle finish ahead of us, get knocked out to Nottingham Forest, dunked by all those teams in the Champions League, humiliated 1 in 13 games. It's the biggest failure for Pep Guardiola. His standards are different. It's Pep Guardiola. This is not any other manager, Martin. This is Manchester City. People don't understand. I will not accept that, and Pep will not accept that. Pep knows I should hold him at a higher standards. He's the greatest manager. How can I call the greatest manager like finishing 6th behind Nottingham Forest next season? This is a failure, Martin. That's why I expect this season. It's not about thinking about next season. We have to finish this season well. I know it's been bad, but minimum 4th, 5th place, it hurts. But finishing that Champions League, win the FA Cup.
Yeah, and I think we'll do that. I think we'll finish in the top 5.
But you saying that it's not a failure for us to finish in 6th. I'm thinking, not a failure.
Mate, I've told you, a failure for me is relegation. That's what my failure
why
is.
are we saying that it has to be the chances of us finishing 6th?
I apologise, I'm from a different era. I'm so sorry I'm from a different era. My God.
Martin,
I've got to apologise now for the reason I became a City fan. What is this?
I just think that, Martin, your expectation and standard is
I don't have expectation. Hamza, there's a difference. I don't have an expectation. City are good, I'm there. City are indifferent, I'm there. City are bad, I'm there.
No, but Martin, Man City is a different club now. It's a big
and
club.
Liam West can go on all he wants. If Liam West wants to be a glory hunter, let Liam West, because he probably wasn't there in 1998. So that's fine.
Martin,
So Liam West can give it all the biggin he wants in the comments.
Yeah, I understand. Look what Pep Guardiola. You know one thing I've realized from him, Patrick, this season. You know when he gets stressed, he used to be drinking water. Yeah, Brighton, he was spitting. I
don't care about Premier League and the Carabao Cup. We cannot win, so we won a lot. So it's not a problem.
There you go, and that's from Standards FC there, Hamza.
No, he knows deeply that this season has been stressful.
Let me tell me another team, Hamza. Before I leave, name me another team that's on our CB.
Martin, before you go, let me just answer one question to Hamza. If we win the FA Cup and finish 6th, what would you classify this season?
Failure.
Even
For
with
me,
the FA Cup? Yeah.
Yes, it's a failure. We have to.
Why?
We're a club that should be in the Champions League. Nottingham Forest should not finish. We have 5 places to make the UCL. 5. You don't want to tell me.
No.
Manchester City, Pep Guardiola not finishing 5 is not failure.
Hamza, that's me.
So
and
Hamza,
you.
are you expecting us to finish 6th?
For me, yeah. For me,
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll never expect us.
Then,
yeah,
then,
but
Hamza,
finishing second and 5th or 6th is the same. You don't win the league.
It's the same, 100%.
It's just a day out and during midweek. It's just a day out. Let's face it.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I would take finishing 6th and go on a Sunday to Wembley, because I know I'm gonna get pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna get absolute drunk before the kick-off, and I'm gonna have a good day. And if you win the cup,
it's about our health. If we don't finish top 5 in the Champions League, you're not going to attract the likes of Flora Witz. What are you going to tell to Flora Witz?
Why would you know?
Next season.
Why would you know?
Your biggest build-up. How are you going to attract all these good players? I know you got Pep Guardiola. That's what I'm saying. This season, it's a must finish in top 5. That's what I said to Martin. To me, if we don't, that is a key. That is a key. FA Cup, I understand you just want to win it.
When we sign Tevez, we'll be playing Champions League.
Head on out here. Let's say goodbye for now. So all the things I need to take care of too. But thank you for having me on again as always.
Big up to him. And you know what? I just noticed. I did not know that. I didn't know, by the way, that we had this man in the chat. So
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Yeah, I didn't know that we have Conway. So Conway, what's your saying? Conway, you've been in the background and you've been quiet. So what's your take on this, Conway? So we're talking about Bournemouth versus Man City, and then Hamza and Martin went to the Standards FC thing, where obviously they're saying, according to Standards, Hamza says according to Standards he won't accept 6th and being knocked out by Bournemouth in the FA Cup. Conway, how do you see it, and how do you see this Bournemouth game?
Yeah, now first and foremost, big up to yourself, Patrick. Big up to the panel. Big up everyone, man. I just joined like a couple minutes ago, so I heard what Martin and Hamza were talking about. I think Hamza and Martin, they both raised some good points. Obviously, people in the comments telling Martin how he can support the club, I think that's not right. Martin can support the club how he sees fit. Hamza's comment regarding us finishing sixth and not winning the FA Cup, I understand that as well. We need to finish this season and not start thinking about next season, because we're still currently 2 months left of football with this season still going on. We are currently one game away from going to Wembley. We have to do everything in our power to beat Bournemouth this Sunday. One game, if we beat Bournemouth on Sunday, inshallah we go to Wembley. And if you look at the teams that are currently in there, there's Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Forest, Fulham, even Preston. These are teams that haven't won a trophy within their clubs for like a lot of years. So we still have the experience of winning trophies, going to Wembley. That's the experience that we have over these clubs that are currently within the quarterfinals of this competition. So I think if we somehow get knocked out by Bournemouth on Sunday, I'm going to be very, very, very sad, because that's a trophy that I want to win. And I understand the magic of the FA Cup. If you look at the teams that are currently around us still in this competition, anything can happen. You could see Preston win the FA Cup this season. We don't know what's going to happen by the time the final does happen at Wembley. But I think the top 4 or top 5 as it is at the moment, we should be aiming to get that. I mean, if you look at it right now, we're 14 years and currently running where we finished in the Champions League places. There's no other English club that can say that. If you look at even Pellegrini's last season, we just about finished in the top 4 above United on goal difference. We still got into the Champions League places. If it wasn't for that, in Pep's first season, we'd be playing Europa League football. But we still ended up in the Champions League spots. So 14 years, hopefully it's 15 years running where we're in the Champions League, because that's something that I know people might say we still have Pep, and players that we could potentially sign in the summer are going to come because of Pep, but they still want to play Champions League football as well. These high-end players, the Florian Wirtz, whoever you're talking about this summer transfer window, they want Champions League football. So getting Champions League football to me is the main priority, but I still want to win the FA Cup. So we have to finish this season on a high and stop thinking about what we're going to do next season, because we are still currently playing within this season. That's what I think.
Yeah, big up to you, Conway. I just want to say, guys, in the comments, unfortunately, I think I already told you guys that this is a banter-ish show. I sort of let people go at it, but guys, let's just respect each other in the comments. I know you're going to each other's neck. I think everybody can support this team however they want. Somebody can say, I don't care about this season. We can finish 10th, but as long as we go for the rebuild, it's up to them. It's not about standards, Then somebody can go, before I go to Mateus. Okay, I'm going to go to Mateus in a few minutes now, because I think Mateus has been laughing at people's comments. Somebody can come in and say, you know what? I would rather finish 4th, and I'm not satisfied with what I'm finishing. So let's not go at each other's neck, guys. Let's just keep it football, There's no point of going at each other's necks. It's just football. If you guys want to debate, even Martinez, Liam, he says you can go to his channel and you guys can debate. But let's not become rude. Let's not. Let's just keep it banter and laugh at each other anyway. But anyway, so Mateus, you've been big up to Conway. Conway came there and dropped some facts. But now, Mateus, it's your turn, because you've been laughing at people as they're speaking. I saw you in the background. So what were you laughing at exactly? What were you laughing at exactly? Were you laughing at Hamza's Standard FC thing? Or what exactly were you laughing at? And by the way, guys, this is the point of the show. I told a lot of people, I gave a warning. Like, the show is just going to be uncensored. People are just going to go at each other's neck. And there's nobody's going to bring a red card here. Maybe we might bring red cards and yellow cards like HH's show. Because
my like Sebastian.
Yeah. That's how HH manages thing. But guys, let's just show each other. Let's just show each other thing. And if you want to debate, as Martin has said, you can always go on the Mancunian way, guys, and you can go debate what you want to debate. But anyway, let's go to Mateus. So Mateus, Bournemouth versus Man City looks like has dug a lot of things. Especially Hamza, who always likes to start trouble. He started the Standard FC talk. So now, going to you, Mateus, you were laughing. Guys, can I ask something? I'm going to ask you, Mateus. Is it wrong to demand standards from this Man City team? Is it wrong to demand standards?
No, not really. I think football is an opinion sport. Like the way I see football is completely different. The way you see football is completely different. The way Kels see football, Cornwell see football. We all see things differently, but we all come to the same common goal, which is we want Man City to be successful, regardless. Yeah, regardless of you rate X, Y, and Z, it doesn't matter. We all want what's best for Man City Football Club. So listen, I'm always happy to listen to other people's opinion. Hamza has a different view to Martin than myself. We've got a different view. We all rate different players. You know the players I don't rate. You know, so it's just football. It's just a football discussion. So it was just funny, like see, because I've seen Hamza and Martin going back and forth with this standard like since like October. So going back to Bournemouth, I think we're going to win. I'm really confident that Pep will make this team playing football again. I know it's a wait to Bournemouth, but even when we played them, there was a few spells in that game, especially in the first half, where we kind of we were playing well, we were better than them, but obviously like it was only for 20-15 minutes to that in the game. But I feel after international break, we've got some players coming. Some players didn't go to international break, like the likes of Nico. I'm not sure whether he went, but I think we're gonna win, man. I've got a good feeling about the FA Cup. I think we're going to turn up. This is the time of the season where, especially players and the manager, they come out in the press conference. They keep mentioning top four. We need to make sure we get into. Listen, when your manager is coming out and keep mention top four, including the players, they're feeling the pressure, and the pressure is not just coming from the fan base, but also comes from the people upstairs. Because for a club like Man City to go into the January transfer window and splash £200 million, yeah, knowing that the title was long gone, yeah, that means that they got pressure by the people upstairs. Right, we need to make sure we get into the Champions League, because obviously the sponsor deals and whatnot, whatever. But for me, as a fan, Champions League spot doesn't really much make any difference. I'm happy to finish anywhere as long as if we win the FA Cup, they out in London in Wembley, I'm happy. Be on the piss, and this is Man City. But if we don't, it's fine. Listen, if we finish 5th or 6th, I'm okay. We go into next season and we go again. This is how I feel.
I think the issue is it's necessary for me. Necessarily, or majority, a lot of the fans. I don't think it actually matters if we make top four, make Champions League football or not. The only reason why it matters nowadays is because of transfers. If we want the top talents to be able to compete, because we're all expecting, if we get the transfer window right, we'll be in the mix, or maybe top 2 favorites for the title, and whatever European trophy. We can't do that if we don't get Champions League football.
I disagree. You can get a Europa League football and offer a player like Verts 350k a week, and he will come. Money talks.
Only if you overpay. And
exactly. Did we not overpay in January transfer window? We overpay for every single player.
Yeah, didn't we pay like 300k a week for Marmouche or something like that?
Exactly.
Something like that. Yeah, we're going back to our roots. Back in the beginning of the takeover.
Vegas can be choosing. If you don't make Champions League.
No, Marmouche is on 220, by the way.
Are you serious? You're gonna attract words. If you're Florian words, you're happy to come to Man City, then Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are playing Champions League.
Hamza, what's Vert's salary right now? What's his
It
wage?
doesn't matter about salary. These players want to play top level. So if Real Madrid and Bayern Munich to come to Florian works and they both make Champions League, he will accept to come to Man City playing Europa League.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Oh,
He wouldn't. You're right on this one.
Vert is currently 120k a week. Yeah, 120k a week. Would you think that Vert, if we make Champions League, would you think that Vert will sign for Man City to be under 150k or Europa League and 300k?
Wirtz wants to play at the top level.
Who told you that? Yeah, but Manchester City is a top level.
Offer. Bayern Munich are interested. Look at the clubs that are surrounding him.
No. Manchester City is a top level.
You don't understand the player and the club. This player is being surrounded with hyenas. Real Madrid. This is the name. Bayern Munich. They're not jokes. These are the real hyenas.
The lion.
We're involved there, and you think you can come with your breadcrumbs and offer him and say, "Oh, please come and play Europa League on Thursday night," and then he's a German international player. One second. I'm going to ask you a question. What have you eaten today if you really believe there's no chance, zero chance, Florian Wirtz will even consider us?
If he doesn't consider, Hamza, if he doesn't consider us, go and get someone else who wants to play for Man City. At the end of the day, no. I want players that want to play for the shirts.
So tell me the names. Tell me the names that you want. Who do you want? Other than
with what? Sometimes when it comes to
go and get the Villarreal fella, the guy who played for Villarreal.
Alex Baena is as good as KDB.
Yes,
it
he's
doesn't
good,
matter.
But I don't know.
There is no replacement for KDB. There is no one as good as KDB. Wirtz is not as good as KDB.
That's why we need like a 6/ we need an 8/10.
Wirtz is not as good as KDB.
And a 10 as well.
Okay, let me make it clear. Let me tell you, Alex Baena did not even touch the pitch to play for Spain. This is the guy you want to replace KDB. Florian Wirtz is a German international. He plays. He starts. He's a star already.
How many appearances for Spain?
Matthias, can I just say?
Rodri before we signed him?
Who?
Rodri. Before we signed him, how many appearances?
We had Fernandinho.
No. Don't divert. Yeah. Answer the question. How many games for Spain did Rodri play before we signed him?
I'll check it now. But I'm telling you now. Listen, I'll tell you now. We had Fernandinho. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They had Busquets. They probably weren't playing Rodri.
Exactly. They had Busquets. We had Fernandinho. It was not like desperate. We needed someone.
Yeah, but you talking about Wirtz like he's our savior. Like he's the mighty Jesus Christ. What we doing here, Hamza?
He's been starting for Germany. He started all the Euro games.
Getting creative. Look,
that's pretty big.
If Baena, I think it's a huge bonus if the player doesn't play for their national team. A huge bonus, because that will mean that City he does more game time and he's more fresh for City than he's playing for his national team. If we get Wirtz, he's going to care about his national team just as much as he's going to care about Man City. Maybe he's going to care more about
who's better between Wirtz and Bayern?
We have the best players in the world. Most of them play for their national team. Like it's
rare
to have, we have maybe a handful of people who didn't play internationally.
For me, La Liga is better than Bundesliga. La Liga is better than Bundesliga.
But Wirtz is way better than Bayern.
Yes, he may be, but he's doing it in a poorer league.
Why is Real Madrid circling for Wirtz? Why is Bayern Munich circling for Wirtz? Why are they not fighting for Bayern? Why are they not? This is the best club with the best scouts. Why are they not hungry for Bayern? I'm not saying Bayern is a bad player.
Hamza, you see your national team point.
It's the level of Bernardo. The standards that we should have once we lose KDB.
Is there any links? Is there any links to Baena? Because I would prefer Baena over Wirtz.
They are links. They are links with Baena. They are links.
Reliable sources, yeah.
There's links with.
Baena is a baller, but he's not level to Wirtz.
No, but Hamza, can I say this? Hamza, let me say this.
I want both, but I don't want.
Even if Baena is not currently playing for the Spanish national team, the second Manchester City sign him, he gets called up the following week.
Yeah, but guess what? Let me tell you,
the national team point is not really a point that people should be looking much into, because he's going to get called up the second we sign him.
Okay, how old is Baena? Let's look at how old Baena is.
He's in his early 20s. I don't know the specific.
Baena is going to be 24. Wirtz is 20. 4 years.
He's 21.
And already Wirtz is considered better than him already.
But yeah, but your issue, Hamza, is you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
No,
You
because
need to
I'm
be fixated
saying
on alternatives as well.
Conway, I'm saying if you don't make Champions League, you're in trouble in attracting the best
100%.
players.
I agree with you.
And that's why people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter. We should just go and get any other player." Guess what? You went and got Calvin Phillips. Where did you end up? You went and got Matthias Nunes. Where did you end up? They want to play for your club. Those are the standards you still want to up.
On that point, you are correct. On that point, you are correct. In that specific aspect.
I just think that we need to get Kel. I just think we need to get the rebuild. We cannot make mistakes. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Don't make mistakes.
I do agree.
This is the only time we can't make mistakes.
This transfer window coming up is do or die.
You have to
Yeah,
get
but
it.
you guys think,
midfielder.
no, but that's not right though. You guys think that
At
the
least
rebuild is
two.
only going to occur in a single summer transfer window. This rebuild is this summer transfer window, the January transfer window that's coming up next year, and the summer after that. You can't just get rid of all these uncles or grandfathers, you guys label them in one transfer window. That's gradually got to happen over 2-3 summer transfer windows. Not summer transfer windows, but transfer windows, including January.
I disagree to an extent.
I think we can. For me, next January. I think this January was an anomaly. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah, they wouldn't have done any of the signings
because let's be honest, we don't really do much in January historically. Second of all, I think this summer will take care of business. Maybe not all of the business. I slightly agree with that.
And you have to get
I think I hope I'm wrong, but I think I'm from now. I know it's still far off from January next year. January 2026. I'm writing off next January. We're not doing anything in next January.
But guess what? The
No
problem
chance.
is
unless there's a
crisis,
unless there's a crisis like we've had this season, that's the only way I see us dipping into the transfer market.
and you know the transfer window this summer. I tell you why this is important. Transfer window.
In an ideal,
Conway, these transfer windows, you have to get starters. You have to get players who start for your club. No bench players. You're not getting bench players. So you're getting players who are coming straight in and they fit in and they make a difference. That's why you cannot make mistakes. You can look at Victor Reis. He was not a starter. Okay, fair enough, Kusano. Fair enough, Marmoush. But you cannot get it wrong. You have to get a midfielder that's a starter. You have to get an attacking player who's a starter. You have to get the right back has to be a starter. Every position we get must be, I'm coming here to start that position. Because, Kel, we can't go and say, oh, we'll give you 6 months and then 6 months again. We can't afford that. So that's why getting this transfer window is the most crucial transfer window in City transfer since when Pep came. You know when Pep came and he signed all those 5 that we saw, Leroy Sané, all those got Leroy Sané.
Yeah, we've done it before.
Yeah, they've done it before. They knew those players will start.
Oh, when people mention that, oh, we need 2 or 3 transfer windows to complete the rebuild. I disagree.
We don't need.
A lot of it is getting rid of some of the dead weight.
Yeah. I get that.
If Chelsea can do it, so can we. Chelsea can do it, so can we.
Yeah, but the whole core of the team is already there. Let's look at the facts. Yeah, let's look at the players that will definitely stay for and play for Manchester City for the next 3 years.
Yeah? Oh, it's for Bournemouth.
Diaz, Kosanov, Vardio, Akanji, Vitor Reis, Rico, Rodri, Nico, Foden, Bob, Savio, Doku, Echeverri, Marmoush, Haaland. If you add Jumai Ba,
pull up Vasta Rotate TV.
No. If you add Jumai Ba, that's 16 players. Yeah, that's 16 players are already there. What you need to do is add a few pieces there and there.
Chelsea's not a good example.
You're homegrown or you're not homegrown?
Chelsea's not a good example, by the way.
Really?
Let's do this over the summer. I'm just like, I'm out.
So when people say, "Oh, we need to," I don't think we do. We need a goalkeeper for Saints, because we don't know what happened with them too.
We need 2.
We need right back in the left.
We probably need 3 because
And
Carson's
we need a
probably going to
midfielder.
retire. Also, I agree with this comment.
We will sign 2 goalkeepers this summer. I think we'll get that.
I think we'll sign 2.
I'm responding to this guy's comment. Watch Germany play. because Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala, you can do that with Foden and Florian Wirtz if he comes. You can play like that.
Let's be honest. The way that Foden played last season was basically second striker. I saw LB analyze him. He was playing second striker. I'm sorry, he can never be our creative 10. And this is not a slight on him and his ability. He is a baller. But
you can play them like a 2-8.
He's not a 10. He's not a 10 / a cam. He's not. I'm sorry. It's just we can't like. And I think it's
somebody tell me.
Yeah, but what's Musiala though? What's Musiala though? Because Musiala is not a creative player.
Yeah,
Facts.
Musiala and Wirtz combined together and play very well.
I think it's unfair to expect him to, because let's be honest, next season, if we're gonna rely on him so much, then we're gonna expect him to be like not KDB levels, but close to KDB levels. Because
there must be a plan. Because why do we buy Marmoush if we have to be
I don't know. I generally don't know. I generally don't know.
I know.
Like
it's like the same
I know
player.
why. I know why. Because
why?
Left wing, innit?
No, really. Because the problem is, everyone's keeping asking the same question. We need to buy this midfielder there and there, but the same way that we don't know where Marmoush is going to play. I don't think the manager knows where Marmoush is going to play either.
That's the least of our worries, though.
But that's that. Yeah, exactly. But because
you know when you Matej, you know when you was going through the defenders, the Kusanovs, the Diaz's, all these guys.
Yeah.
Vardy has been a player that's been heavily slated by the fan base this season because of his defensive capabilities.
Yeah.
Diaz has been heavily slated by the fan base. The only player that we've actually given a lot of credit to since we signed him in January is Kusanov. We have a huge issue in back line. We have a huge issue across the back line that needs to be addressed this summer, which won't be fully addressed because Ake and Stones won't be both sold this summer.
And you've been calling the issue in the back line since October.
I've been calling that we have a huge issue in the back line. Guys are worried about our midfield and our attack. When our defense is dying.
Well, the midfield's a black hole season.
The problem is with our defense is that we're playing with players who are injury prone, and that's not their fault. We are burning them into the ground, and we're still playing a stupid high line. We shouldn't be playing a high line with the defenders that are they have a lapse of concentration, and that's not their fault. The manager should be adapting to their weaknesses.
We've got 8 centre backs in the football club, and only 2 of them are injury prone.
And then we're burning them to the ground right now.
I'm saying 3. I'm saying 3 are injury prone.
So we've got 8 centre backs.
Akanji is injury prone now. Okay.
No, he's not.
I mean, currently, does anyone know what the update on
Vardy? Bozo moments though. We should get rid of him.
There isn't. He's not. He's definitely not available.
Akanji has been at the football club for 3 seasons. This is the only season he has been injured.
I hope Vardy
wasn't injured during the treble season. He wasn't injured season.
Okay, I'll give you.
Because I am trying, whether anybody wants to believe it or not. I am trying so hard not to be that guy anymore.
You guys are provoking me in the comment. I don't want to be the KDB hater. But you guys are I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard in this thing.
What are they saying? What are they saying?
They're saying, "Oh, Patrick hates on KDB." Man, you know my opinion on KDB because
I can't lie.
It's always going to be 2 players to replace KDB.
Do you know what happened, Matthias? Do you know what happened, Matthias? KDB had a masterclass against Ukraine, and people came at me. So I asked him a question like, "Where has it been all season?"
I can't lie. I couldn't give a toss what he does for his international.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I couldn't care less what any City player does for his country. All I care about is what he does for the club. You can get a hat trick for England or the Netherlands or so and so. But if you're not delivering for the Netherlands for Man City, I couldn't care less. Your number 1 priority should be City. You're playing majority of the season for City. If you can't do that, then I'm sorry, you should be on the bench.
That's what I was.
He's barely played lately. Have you not noticed?
That's for
he was our best player in the beginning of the season. The first 2 months of the season where we were top of the league, he was our best player.
Was he?
Yeah,
he was doing really good. And then he got that injury.
And he got an injured. He had a setback, and he came back not the same player.
Vardy was brilliant at the start of the season.
Vardy was really good at the start of the season.
Yeah, he was.
And then he turned into Vardy from last season, Bozo Gene.
Well, Vardy will laugh his
Hey,
way.
Patrick, I want to talk about KDB if I don't mind. If you don't mind, I
Yeah,
heard
go
you
ahead.
guys talk about it.
Attention, man.
So
Wait, did
I
you
watched
come back all the time for KDB? Come back. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Here, Kate, it's a bad signal. You saw KDB and he's
No,
like, I got a minute
I want to talk about KDB. So I watched the Belgium game, and I watched it well. And my conclusion is the issue with KDB is not KDB. The issue with KDB is the manager. Is the manager. What do I mean? When a player plays like that and is motivated, when you play with a player for such a long time, is deliver, there's always going to be a drop off, right? The question for you is that, can I get my best player to go again? How do I motivate this guy to do it again and again? Even though it's not the same level, he can still deliver the kind of performance he did for Belgium. This guy was motivated. Go watch the game again. It was like going back to the old KDB that we knew, the one who fights, not the one who kind of slags around, runs around, does nothing. So the question for Pep is, how do I get that version of KDB in my squad, even if it's for 30 minutes? That's the question, right? Because a player doesn't just show up like that out of nothing. It's still there. It's still there. And the same thing applies to all the other players too. The motivation is, these are the same guys that took the 4 titles in a row, a treble, a quad. Same guys. Okay, there's some injuries here and there. You're telling me Phil Foden's mental issues are not related to tiredness and what lack of motivation? It's a part of it. That's why sometimes they say, you know, I was talking with my local club here, right? I coach here. They're saying they don't want coaches to be with players no more than 3 years. No more than 3 years. You need a different voice, a different idea, a different ideology to renew that spark again. When you do 3 years and 6 years and 9 years, it begins to get a little stale.
Just to counteract that, wouldn't you say that some of them have gotten too comfortable?
Yes, but it's a part of it too, right? That's why they said no more than 3 or 4 years. Change it.
No, them as the players. For example, your Bernardos, your Gundawans, your Kovacic's, they're comfortable. They know their place is there.
Yeah, but that's what he's trying to say. That's why they say don't stay with the same coach for a certain period where he coaches because you end up. That's the same thing. Look, let me tell you something. When I used to work for some restaurant, I won't mention the name because they're very famous. Everybody knows them. I'm pretty sure you all know them. This restaurant, right? Guess what they told me? They told me that a general manager doesn't stay at a restaurant for more than 3 years. I asked why. It's like because when they stay for more than 3 years, they get too comfortable, and also the employees sometimes get too comfortable with them. Then I went to one restaurant where I found out, or one place where I found out that one of the managers stayed there for more than 3 years just because of situations. You know, you could tell that he's also himself has reached a point where he's so tired, and you could tell that the employees now are so used to him. Now, sometimes some of the things were just being let go. It happens everywhere, man. Maybe that's why you shouldn't stay at a place for so long. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to stop it there because my co-host is going. Do you have anything else to say, Kels, before we finish this?
Beat Bournemouth.
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off.